Brian Windhorst had this to say about Kawhi Leonard and possibly LeBron James meeting up if the Cavs get bounced out of the playoffs, and knowing that Kawhi Leonard seems like a foregone conclusion at this point, that he's not going to return to the San Antonio Spurs. Here's what he said to Kerry Champion and Company on Sports Nation.
What do you think is happening with the Spurs?
The Spurs are over here, literally physically in San Francisco, and Kawhi is over here. When Pop says his group, he's basically saying he's not part of our group anymore. He's off of this team for all intents and purposes right now. To me, the injury is separate. I'm talking to executives around the league. You know, a month ago it was like, oh yeah, it'll work out. He'll be back. Then it was like, oh, I think it'll work. Now it's like, how are we going to trade for Kawhi? What happens to Kawhi Leonard is a link to what happens to LeBron. Where Kawhi ends up this season will have a direct impact on where LeBron ends up. Even if they don't play together, they are going to be linked in where their futures are going to be.
So you're saying it's directly tied to
the Los Angeles Lakers should be having meetings right now about what trade-up package they're going to offer the Spurs the day after the Spurs season is over, which could be short.
A lot of information.
No, I'd like to know the other part of that. He said also, even if they're not on the same team, maybe he expanded on this, but even if they're not on the same team,
that was
it will be linked. How? I mean, I can figure, but I wonder what he means by that directly. Like,
well, directly they play together.
If Kawhi goes to the Lakers, that means LeBron
wants to stay in the East.
Avoids him or goes near him, you know?
There's only two avenues of thought. It's that they team up together, that's why they're linked, or they're linked that, oh, I'm gonna put off facing Kawhi for as long as humanly possible. That's what I would think, right?
I guess, but maybe.
Well, how else could you possibly take it?
I guess, but I mean, that's what I wonder. Because look, it's not like Kawhi is, I don't know, Kawhi is one of the best players in the league.
Yes.
He's not the best player in the league. So, behind LeBron.
Yeah, you got LeBron and KD right now and stuff.
I mean, so is also LeBron avoiding KD? Is he avoiding Steph Curry? Is he I don't know, he's not really
Well, think about what the West has right now. You have Steph and you have KD on one team. You have Kawhi, who it seems like is gonna wanna go to California because he's from Cali. So he's going to he might go. And then you also have James Harden and the Houston Rockets of a juggernaut of a franchise.
So I'm saying there's a lot of people to avoid. So why would it just suddenly be Kawhi Leonard that he's avoiding?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But what we should remember, hang on, what we should remember is that Brian Windhorst came up with LeBron. LeBron is his source, okay? So like anything that he says, I take from not every single time, but maybe there's more 45% of the time.
There's more weight to it.
There's more weight to it, and maybe it's coming from LeBron. Here's what Windhorst said further. If the Cavs get knocked out before the finals, LeBron has 6 weeks to think about it. Well, you know what? Think about Philadelphia, for example. I can construct you a way that Philly could trade for Kawhi and sign LeBron. That possibly exists. Well, here are the contracts in case he wanted some reference, did Brian Windhorst. JJ Redick, as we see it, making $23 million a year. Bob Covington is a player that they absolutely need to get rid of because he's getting paid through 2021, 2022. Amir Johnson, well, he's gonna be done after this year, and there are many, many others as well. So on top of that, the contracts for the San Antonio Spurs via Basketball Reference. LaMarcus Aldridge is the MVP of this team this season. He's getting up there, but still he's making over $20 million a year. I could go through this all I want. What exactly should they ask for if they were to try and get, let's say, use as an example the Sixers. You got young talent, they're not getting rid of Embiid, they're not getting rid of Simmons. In my opinion, everyone else is on the table because Markelle Fultz?
Yeah.
Yes. Dario Saric? Yes.
Absolutely.
So would you throw in a Fultz, Saric first round pick for Kawhi Leonard? Knowing your team is gonna be good now, you're drafting in the late teens. I would. That is a three-headed juggernaut that you could build around.
But maybe you could be like, yeah, and there's maybe a second round. Can you guys take a second round?
No, dude. With this talent, look, Markelle Fultz has been really good, and I think he's going to be very good. But what we have to remember is that he has been protected throughout this entire time. Okay, so you're getting rid of Saric, who's like a really, really good stretch four, can rebound, guard two different positions, can get physical at times. Good role player to play off of Ben Simmons, as he has done many times, knows how to space the floor. I would trade him. I would trade Markelle Fultz because of the protection that he's had this season. Through being injured, of course. I think it'll be good. I don't know if it'll be great. And then throw in a first round pick for Kawhi Leonard, that's a steal in my opinion.
Sure. I mean, yeah, if they can do that, that'd be awesome. I just don't know if that's possible. The other thing is bigger. This is going to be a benefit to major markets. He's been playing in a smaller market, although it gets a lot of attention. San Antonio at least gets a lot of attention because they win. Right. But major markets have an advantage here. So yeah, Philly's a major market, but not in the sense that I'm thinking of the New Yorks, LAs, and all those that are, I think, have a better shot. Not that New York is in the running or anything.
Well, here's another point, and I'm glad you brought this up. The New Yorks and the LAs, I don't think LeBron is going to New York. It would be a match made in heaven that Adam Silver would be like, could you please go? Could you imagine LeBron on the Knicks? Oh my God. So like, I would love to see.
It's a possibility, but yes.
It could be a possibility, but let's just sample this and play off of what Brian Windhorst said. He mentioned LA. He closed up the segment by saying LA should be calling San Antonio right now. Who do you give up if you want to get Kawhi Leonard?
Anybody, any and every.
All right, so they've wanted to shop Randall. You can get rid of Randall, right? Would you give up Lonzo?
No,
you would not.
That's enough of money maker.
Would you give up Brandon Ingram?
That's a business decision.
Yes. So you'd give up Randall and Ingram. I don't even think that's good enough to get Kawhi Leonard.
No, but the thing is, Ingram's such a good future too, man.
He is
good.
He is. So would
they don't have a lot.
Would LeBron team up with Kawhi Leonard if it meant going to LA?
Sure. I think.
Could you see it?
Will it work? You mean?
No. Could you see it?
Yeah. Why not? The thing, it's like all the numbers have to be put in place, which I can't have no idea about. But no.
Let me give you the numbers, okay? I've said this a million times. If Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James are available, you know what you do? You create room.
True.
That's pretty much it.
And you're LA already, so that's the other part of the room.
You already
like, hey, some beach houses you guys already own out here.
You have the upper hand. LA, make the call.